He cheated on me, and I took him back. My name is Sarah. I am 22 years old. I met Jake at a college party. He was sitting alone on the porch, looking at his phone. His brown hair was messy. His green eyes looked tired. Bad news? I asked, sitting down next to him. He looked up and smiled. My mom, she worries too much. We talked for 3 hours that night, about everything, about nothing. When he walked me home, I knew something had changed in my life. Can I see you again? He asked at my door. Tomorrow, I said without thinking. We were inseparable after that. Every morning, Jake brought me coffee. Every night, we studied together in the library. My friends got tired of hearing about him. You two are too perfect, my roommate Emma said. It's gross. But it wasn't perfect. It was real. Jake had a temper. I was jealous. We fought about stupid things. But we always made up. Always. For 6 months, we lived in our own little world. Then everything changed. Jake got a call on a Tuesday morning. I was making breakfast when his phone rang. I watched his face go from sleepy to shocked to excited. What is it? I asked. I got the job, he said slowly. The engineering job in Germany. The one I interviewed for months ago. My heart stopped. Germany? It's a 2-year contract. Sarah, this could change everything for us. The money is amazing. When I come back, we could get married, buy a house. But all I heard was 2 years. 2 years apart. 2 years of long distance. When do you leave? I whispered. 6 weeks. Those 6 weeks flew by like a nightmare. We tried to act normal. We went to our favorite restaurant, we watched movies, we made plans for visits, but underneath it all was the fear. The fear that this would break us. We're different, Jake said on our last night together. Other couples break up because of distance, but we won't. We're stronger than that. I wanted to believe him. I had to believe him. We made love that night like it was the last time ever. Maybe it was. The next morning I drove him to the airport. We both cried in the car. We held each other at the gate until they called his flight. I love you, he said, kissing me one last time. I love you too. Come back to me. Always. The first month was torture. Pure torture. We talked every day, but it wasn't enough. The time difference made everything harder. When I was eating breakfast, Jake was eating dinner. When I wanted to call him, he was asleep. But we tried. We really tried. We had morning calls and night calls. We sent each other pictures of our food. We watched movies together online. We fell asleep on video calls just to feel close. I miss you so much it hurts, Jake said during one of our late-night talks. I know, me too. But we can do this. Only 23 months left. 23 months. It sounded like forever. By month 2, the cracks started to show. We fought more often. About little things, about big things, about nothing at all. You never listened to me, I yelled during one call. I'm trying to tell you about my day and you're on your phone, he shot back. My phone? You're the one who's always distracted. We hung up on each other that night. It was the first time we'd done that. The next morning, Jake called to apologize. I'm sorry, I'm just stressed with work. And I miss you so much. I miss you too. I'm sorry for yelling. But something had changed, something small but important. Month 3 was when I first felt it. The doubt. The fear that maybe we weren't as strong as we thought. Jake seemed different on our calls. He looked tired all the time. He talked about work constantly, about his new friends, about parties I wasn't invited to. There's this girl at work, he mentioned one day. Anna. She's from California too. She's been showing me around the city. My stomach dropped. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, she's cool. She knows all the good restaurants. After we hung up, I sat staring at my phone. A girl. He was spending time with another girl. I tried to push the jealousy away. Jake loved me. He wouldn't do anything stupid. But the seed of doubt was planted. Anna's name started coming up more and more. Anna showed him a good coffee shop. Anna invited him to a work party. Anna had tickets to a concert. Why don't you ever mention your girlfriend? I asked one night. What do you mean? Anna, does she know about me? Jake looked confused. Of course she knows about you. I talk about you all the time. Do you though? Because it sounds like you two spend a lot of time together. Sarah, she's just a friend, a coworker. Don't be crazy. Crazy. He called me crazy. We fought for an hour that night. I accused him of flirting. He accused me of not trusting him. We both said things we couldn't take back. Maybe this isn't working, Jake said finally. Maybe it isn't, I replied, but neither of us hung up. We just sat there, staring at each other through the screen. I don't want to break up, Jake said quietly. I don't either, but this is so hard. I know, but we can't give up. Not yet. 2 weeks later, everything fell apart. It was a Friday night for me, Saturday morning for Jake. He called me earlier than usual. His hair was messy, his eyes were bloodshot. He looked like he hadn't slept. "Sarah," he said. His voice was shaking. "I need to tell you something." I knew. Before he said a word, I knew. My body knew. My heart knew. The room started spinning. "What happened?" I whispered. "There was a party last night, a work party. I drank too much. Way too much. And God, Sarah, I kissed someone." The words hit me like a truck. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't think. This wasn't real. This couldn't be real. "Who?" I managed to ask. Jake's face crumpled. "Anna. Anna. Of course it was Anna. The girl from California. The girl who knew good restaurants. The girl who had been in my boyfriend's life for months while I was stuck on the other side of the world." "How long?" I asked. "What?" "How long have you been wanting to kiss her?" "Sarah, it wasn't like that. It just happened. We were drunk and we were talking about home and she was crying about missing California and I was comforting her and then you kissed her." "Yes, but it meant nothing. Nothing. Sarah, I love you. Only you. It was the biggest mistake of my life." I stared at him through the screen. This man who I loved more than anything in the world. This man who had just destroyed everything we had built. "Did you sleep with her?" I asked. "No, God, no. It was just a kiss." I stopped it immediately. I told her it was wrong. I told her about you. "You told her about me? Jake, she already knew about me. You said she knew." Jake went quiet. The truth was written all over his face. "She didn't know, did she?" I said. "You never told her about me." It's complicated. Work relationships are weird. I didn't want people to think." "You were ashamed of me." "No, Sarah, never. I wanted to fit in. I wanted people to like me. It was stupid." I hung up the call. My phone rang 57 times that day. Jake called over and over. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Every time I saw his name on my screen, I felt sick. Emma found me that night, sitting on my bed in the dark. "What happened?" she asked. "Jake cheated on me." Emma sat down next to me. "What are you going to do?" I had always said I would leave. If anyone ever cheated on me, I would walk away without looking back. I was strong. I had self-respect. I wouldn't be one of those girls who stayed with a cheater. But sitting there, all I could think about was losing Jake forever. All I could think about was never hearing his voice again, never seeing his face, never feeling his arms around me. "I don't know," I whispered. For 3 days, I ignored Jake's calls. For 3 days, he left me voicemails that I couldn't bring myself to listen to. For 3 days, I tried to imagine my life without him. On the 4th day, curiosity got the better of me. I listened to his messages. The first one was angry. "Sarah, please pick up. We need to talk about this." The second one was desperate. "I know you're mad, but please don't shut me out. I can fix this." The third one was broken. "I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't work. I made the worst mistake of my life, and I don't know how to fix it. Please call me back." By the 10th message, Jake was crying. "I love you so much. I know I don't deserve you anymore, but please don't give up on us, please." That night, I finally called him back. "Sarah!" His voice was hoarse. "Thank God. I thought I lost you forever." "You might have," I said. "I don't know yet." We talked for 4 hours that night. Jake told me everything, about how lonely he had been, about how Anna had been flirting with him for weeks, about how he had been too scared to tell her about me because he didn't want to seem unavailable at work. "None of that makes it okay," he said. "I'm not making excuses. I betrayed you. I broke your trust. I hate myself for it." "Tell me exactly what happened," I said. "Every detail." Jake took a deep breath. "We were at this bar after the work party. Anna was drunk and talking about how much she missed home. She started crying. I put my arm around her to comfort her. She looked up at me, and I kissed her." "For how long?" "Maybe 10 seconds, maybe less. As soon as I realized what I was doing, I pulled away. I told her I had a girlfriend. I told her I loved you. I left right after that." "What did she say?" "She said she was sorry. She said she didn't know I was taken. She said it wouldn't happen again." "And you believe her?" "It doesn't matter what I believe. I'm never putting myself in that situation again. Sarah, I'll quit my job if that's what it takes. I'll come home tomorrow." "Don't," I said quickly. "Don't make this about your job. This is about you making a choice to betray me." Jake was quiet for a long time. "You're right. I can't blame the distance or the job or Anna. I made a choice. The wrong choice. We talked every day after that, but it wasn't the same. How could it be? Every conversation was about the kiss, about Anna, about whether we could survive this. Some days Jake was patient with my questions, other days he got frustrated. "How many times do I have to apologize?" he asked during one call. "How many times do I have to tell you it meant nothing?" "It meant something to me," I yelled back. "It meant that when things got hard, you turned to another woman instead of fighting for us." "That's not fair!" "Fair? You want to talk about fair? Fair would have been you remembering that you had a girlfriend before you kissed someone else." We hung up on each other again. This was becoming a pattern. A month after the kiss, I was falling apart. I couldn't focus on school, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. My friends were worried about me. "Maybe you should just end it." Emma said one night, "This is destroying you." "I can't," I said. "I love him too much." "Sometimes love isn't enough, Sarah. Sometimes you have to love yourself more." But I didn't know how to love myself more than I loved Jake. He was part of me. Losing him felt like losing a piece of my soul. That night, I called Jake with an ultimatum. "I need proof," I said. "Proof of what?" "Proof that you're done with Anna. Proof that you're serious about fixing this." "What kind of proof?" "I want you to quit your job and come home." Jake was quiet for a long time. "Sarah, I can't do that. This job is our future. The money I'm making here will set us up for life." "So money is more important than our relationship?" "That's not what I said." "It's what you meant. You want to keep working with the woman you cheated on me with because it's convenient." "Anna and I work in different departments. I barely see her anymore. But you do see her. Sometimes. In meetings, in the hallway. Sarah, I can't avoid her completely. Then quit." "I can't. I won't. This job is too important." "More important than me? Don't make me choose between you and my career. That's not fair." But I was already making him choose. In my mind, he had already chosen. 2 weeks later, Jake called me with news that made everything worse. "Anna asked me to have coffee with her," he said. "What?" My voice came out as a scream. "She wants to clear the air. She feels bad about what happened. She thinks we should talk." "And you said no, right? Tell me you said no." Jake was quiet. "Jake, tell me you said no." "I think it might be good for us to talk, to make sure it never happens again." "Are you insane? You want to have coffee with the woman you cheated on me with?" "It's not like that. It's just to clear the air. I'm telling you not to go." "Sarah, you can't control who I talk to. I'm not controlling you. I'm asking you not to have coffee with the woman who ruined our relationship." "She didn't ruin our relationship. I did. And maybe talking to her will help me fix it. If you have coffee with her, we're done." The words came out before I could stop them, but I meant them. This was my line in the sand. Jake was silent for a long time. "Sarah, that's not fair. You can't give me ultimatums. Watch me. Choose coffee with Anna or a future with me. I choose you. I'll always choose you. But I think you're being unreasonable. Then we have nothing left to talk about." I hung up. Jake didn't have coffee with Anna. He called me the next day to tell me. "I canceled," he said. "You were right. It was a bad idea." I should have felt relieved, but I didn't. I felt angry. Angry that he had even considered it. Angry that I had to threaten to leave him to make him see reason. "Why?" I asked. "Why did you want to have coffee with her in the first place?" "I don't know. I guess I wanted closure. I wanted to make sure she understood that what happened was a mistake." "She already knows it was a mistake, Jake. You told her that night." "I know. You're right. I wasn't thinking clearly." But that was the problem. Jake kept not thinking clearly when it came to Anna, and I was getting tired of having to think for both of us. Things got worse before they got better. Much worse. 2 months after the kiss, Jake went to another work party. He promised me he would come home early. He promised he would stay away from Anna. He promised he would call me when he got home. He didn't call me. I stayed up all night waiting. When morning came in Germany and Jake still hadn't called, I knew something was wrong. I called him 30 times. No answer. I texted him 50 times. No response. Finally, at noon German time, Jake called me back. "Sorry," he said. His voice was rough. "I was sleeping. You were supposed to call me last night." "I know, I'm sorry. The party went late and I was really drunk." "How late?" "I don't know. 3, 4? My heart started racing. Was Anna there? Sarah, don't start. Was Anna there? Yes, she was there. It was a work party. Of course she was there. Did you talk to her? A little bit. We were in a group conversation. I didn't believe him. Something in his voice told me he was lying. Jake, I need you to tell me the truth. What happened last night? Nothing happened. We went to the party. We drank. We talked. I came home. Alone? The silence that followed told me everything I needed to know. Jake, did you come home alone? Yes, he said finally. I came home alone. But he had hesitated. That hesitation would haunt me for weeks. I became obsessed with finding out what really happened that night. I checked Jake's social media constantly. I looked at his coworkers' posts. I searched for any mention of the party. And then I found it. A photo posted by one of Jake's coworkers. It showed a group of people at a bar. Jake was in the background, and right next to him, laughing at something he was saying, was Anna. They looked comfortable together. Too comfortable. I screenshotted the photo and sent it to Jake. Explain this, I texted. He called me immediately. Sarah, it's just a photo. You said you barely talked to her. We were in a group. Everyone was talking. You're standing really close to her. The bar was crowded. She's laughing at something you said. I don't remember what we were talking about. Sarah, you're being paranoid. Paranoid. There was that word again. I'm being paranoid because my boyfriend kissed another woman and then lied to me about spending time with her. I didn't lie to you. You said you barely talked to her. This photo shows you having a conversation with her. Fine, we talked for maybe 10 minutes about work stuff. Are you happy now? But I wasn't happy. I was getting more and more convinced that Jake was hiding something from me. The truth came out 3 weeks later, and it came from Anna herself. I had found Anna's Instagram account weeks earlier. I had been checking it obsessively, looking for any sign that she and Jake were spending time together. Most of her posts were boring. Pictures of food, pictures of her apartment, pictures with girlfriends. But then she posted something that made my blood run cold. It was a photo of a coffee cup with the caption, "Thanks for the closure talk. Sometimes the hardest conversations are the most necessary." The post was from 2 days earlier. The same day Jake had told me he was working late and couldn't talk. I called Jake immediately. "What closure talk?" I demanded as soon as he answered. "What are you talking about?" "Anna posted about a closure talk 2 days ago. The same day you said you were working late." Jake went quiet. "Jake, did you have coffee with Anna 2 days ago?" "Sarah." "Did you or didn't you?" "Yes, but I can explain." I hung up the phone and threw it across the room. Jake called back 37 times. I didn't answer. I was done. Done with the lies, done with the betrayal, done with feeling like an idiot for trusting him. Emma found me crying on the kitchen floor. "He lied to me again," I sobbed. "He had coffee with Anna after I told him not to, and then he lied about it." "That's it," Emma said. "You're done with him. This is insane." She was right. This was insane. I was losing my mind over a man who kept choosing another woman over me. But when Jake showed up at my apartment the next day, I was too shocked to turn him away. "What are you doing here?" I asked. "I flew home," he said. "I took the first flight I could get. We need to talk face to face." He looked terrible. His hair was messy. His eyes were red. He had lost weight. "You lied to me," I said. "I know. I'm sorry. I was scared to tell you the truth." "What truth? That you're in love with Anna?" "No. God, no. Sarah, I'm in love with you. Only you. That's what I told Anna when we had coffee." "You had coffee with her after I specifically told you not to." I know it was wrong, but she kept asking. She said she needed closure. She said she couldn't work with me unless we cleared the air." "So you chose her comfort over my feelings." "I chose wrong. I know that now. But Sarah, I told her that I loved you. I told her that what happened between us was the biggest mistake of my life. I told her that I was going to marry you someday. Despite everything, my heart jumped at those words." "I told her to leave me alone," Jake continued. "I told her that I couldn't be friends with her. I told her that my relationship with you was more important than anything else." "And what did she say?" "She cried. She said she was sorry. She said she would transfer to a different department." I stared at Jake. He was here, in my apartment. He had flown halfway across the world to have this conversation. "Why didn't you tell me the truth?" I asked. "Because I knew you would react exactly like this. I knew you would think the worst." I think the worst because you keep giving me reasons to think the worst. Jake stepped closer to me. Sarah, I love you. I made mistakes, terrible mistakes, but I love you more than anything in this world. Don't give up on us. I wanted to forgive him. I wanted to believe him. But I was so tired of being hurt. I don't know if I can do this anymore. I whispered. Don't say that. Please don't say that. You keep lying to me. You keep choosing her over me. How am I supposed to trust you? I'll earn your trust back, however long it takes. How? You're going back to Germany. You're going back to work with her. No, I'm not. I quit my job. I stared at him. What? I quit. Yesterday. After Anna posted that photo and you hung up on me, I realized that no job is worth losing you. I'm staying here. I'm staying with you. Jake stayed for a week. We talked for hours every day. We cried together. We held each other. We tried to figure out if we could survive this. I need to know everything, I said one night. Every time you talked to Anna, every time you thought about her, every lie you told me, I need to know all of it. So Jake told me about how Anna had flirted with him from his first day at work, about how he had been flattered by the attention, about how he had started looking forward to seeing her. Did you have feelings for her? I asked. Jake was quiet for a long time. I was attracted to her. I won't lie about that, but I never loved her. I never wanted a relationship with her. She was just there, and you were so far away. It hurt to hear, but I needed to hear it. Do you still think about her? No, not the way you mean. Sometimes I wonder if she's okay, if she found a new job. But I don't miss her. I don't want her. How do I know you won't do this again? With someone else? You don't know. I can't prove that to you. All I can do is show you every day that you are the only person I want. Jake went back to Germany to pack his things and finish his contract. He had to work a month's notice. It was the longest month of my life. But this time was different. Jake called me constantly. He sent me photos of everything he was doing. He introduced me to his coworkers over video calls. He was completely transparent. Anna had transferred to a different department, just like she said she would. Jake saw her once in the elevator. He told me about it immediately. She said hi, he said. I said hi back. That was it. The whole conversation lasted 5 seconds. How did you feel? Nothing. I felt nothing. She's just someone I used to work with. Slowly, very slowly, I started to believe him. When Jake came home for good, we had to learn how to be together again. It was awkward at first. We were both walking on eggshells. Are you okay? Jake would ask every time I got quiet. I'm fine, I would say, even when I wasn't. We started seeing a counselor. Dr. Martinez was a small woman with kind eyes who specialized in relationship trauma. Trust is like a window, she said during our first session. Once it's broken, you can fix it. You can put tape over the cracks. You can even replace the glass, but you'll always know it was broken. So we're doomed, I asked. No. You're not doomed, but you have to decide if you can live with a repaired window. Some people can, some people can't. Both choices are valid. We went to counseling once a week for 6 months. We learned how to communicate without fighting. We learned how to express our needs without making demands. We learned how to forgive without forgetting. It wasn't easy. There were days when I wanted to give up, days when the pain felt too fresh. Days when I wondered if I was being stupid for staying with someone who had hurt me so badly. But there were also good days. Days when Jake made me laugh. Days when he held me while I cried about something completely unrelated to our relationship. Days when I remembered why I had fallen in love with him in the first place. I'm not the same person I was before, I told Jake one night. I know, he said. Neither am I. Do you miss who we used to be? Sometimes. We were so innocent then, so sure that love would be enough. And now? Now I know that love isn't enough. It takes work, it takes choice, it takes forgiveness. But maybe that makes it stronger. A year after Jake came home, we moved in together. It felt like a big step, a leap of faith. Are you sure about this? Jake asked as we carried boxes into our new apartment. No, I said honestly, but I want to try. Living together brought new challenges. We had to learn each other's habits all over again. We had to figure out how to share space without suffocating each other. But it also brought new joys. Waking up next to each other every morning, making dinner together, falling asleep in each other's arms. This feels normal, Jake said one night. Good normal or boring normal? Good normal. Like we're building something real. 2 years after the kiss that almost ended us, Jake proposed. We were walking on the beach where we had our first official date. The sun was setting, the waves were crashing. "Sarah," he said, getting down on one knee. "You are the strongest person I know. You chose to fight for us when it would have been easier to walk away. You chose to love me even when I didn't deserve it. You taught me what real love looks like. Will you marry me?" I looked down at this man who had broken my heart and then spent 2 years putting it back together. This man who had made the worst mistake of his life and then dedicated himself to making sure it never happened again. "Yes," I said, "but I have conditions." Jake laughed through his tears. "Name them." "Complete honesty, always, even when it hurts. Done. No more work parties without me knowing about them in advance. Done. And if you ever kiss another woman again, I'm gone. No second chances, no counseling, no forgiveness. Gone. You'll never have to worry about that. I promise you, you are the only woman I will ever want to kiss for the rest of my life." He slipped the ring on my finger. It was perfect. Simple but beautiful, just like I wanted. We got married 6 months later. It was a small wedding, just our families and closest friends. Dr. Martinez was there. Even Anna sent a card wishing us well. "Should I be worried about that?" I asked Jake, showing him the card. "No," he said. "She's part of our past. You're my future." During our vows, Jake said something that made me cry. "Sarah, I broke your trust. I broke your heart. I almost lost the best thing that ever happened to me. But you didn't give up on us. You fought for us when I didn't deserve it. You showed me what real love looks like. It's not just about the good times. It's about choosing each other even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when it would be easier to walk away. I choose you, today and every day for the rest of my life." When it was my turn, I looked out at our friends and family. "People ask me why I stayed," I said. "Why I forgave Jake after he cheated. They think I'm weak. They think I have no self-respect. But staying wasn't the easy choice. Staying was the hardest thing I've ever done. It would have been easier to leave, easier to start over with someone new, someone who hadn't hurt me. But I didn't want someone new. I wanted Jake, the real Jake. The one who makes mistakes and learns from them. The one who fights for what matters. The one who chose me, even when he had other options. Love isn't perfect. People aren't perfect. But sometimes, if you're willing to do the work, something broken can become something beautiful." We've been married for 3 years now. We have a house, we have a dog named Max, we have a good life. People still ask me if I regret staying with Jake, if I ever wonder what would have happened if I had left. The answer is complicated. Part of me will always wonder about the road not taken. Part of me will always carry the scar of that betrayal. But the bigger part of me knows that staying was right for us. Not because Jake deserved a second chance, not because cheating is okay, but because our love was worth fighting for. Jake and I both had to change. We had to learn how to communicate. We had to learn how to trust. We had to learn how to forgive. Most importantly, we had to learn that love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice you make every day, a choice to stay when things get hard, a choice to fight for what matters. Last month, Jake got offered another job overseas, in Japan this time. Better money, better opportunities. He turned it down without even discussing it with me. "Why?" I asked. "Because some things are more important than career opportunities," he said. I learned that lesson the hard way. "What if I said I wanted you to take it? What if I said we should go together?" Jake smiled. "Then we would go together, but only together. I'm never doing long distance again, and I'm never making decisions about our future without you again." I'm not writing this to say that everyone should stay with someone who cheats. Every situation is different. Every person is different. Some relationships can't be saved, and that's okay too. I'm writing this because I want people to know that there is hope after betrayal, that trust can be rebuilt, even when it feels impossible. That love can survive even the biggest mistakes. But it takes work, real work, from both people. It takes complete honesty, even when the truth is ugly. It takes patience, even when you want to give up. It takes forgiveness, even when you don't feel ready. Most importantly, it takes time. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Trust doesn't come back all at once. Some days are good, some days are hard, but slowly, day by day, hour by hour, things can get better. The other day, I found an old photo of Jake and me from before he left for Germany. We looked so young, so sure of ourselves, so certain that our love could survive anything. We were wrong about that. Our love almost didn't survive. It took breaking completely before we could build something stronger. Do you miss them? Jake asked, looking at the photo with me. Who? The people we used to be, before everything got complicated. I thought about it, sometimes, but I like who we are now better. Even after everything we went through, especially after everything we went through, we know what we're capable of now, the good and the bad, and we chose each other anyway. Jake kissed the top of my head. I love you, Mrs. Williams. I love you too, Mr. Williams. And I meant it, every word. This is our story. It's not perfect. It has chapters I wish I could rewrite, moments I wish I could erase. But it's ours. And I'm grateful for every part of it, even the parts that hurt, because they led us here, together, stronger, ready for whatever comes next.